Welcome to part 2 of the 16-inch SPR upper build. Continuing on from part 1, once you select your upper, you need to install the dust cover and the forward assist. Sometimes you can buy uppers that actually have these already installed. I think they're called an upper assembly. I can't remember the actual term, but most people will just buy fully stripped uppers and throw it. Nothing wrong with the mil spec dust cover, but they're kind of a pain in the ass to install. They're pretty easy to remove, but to install them takes a little bit longer. It's just another couple of minutes, but if possible, I try to buy these. I like these polymer ones that are made by Strike Industries. That's this one here. There's also one made by Magpul, which I like. This is our previously spray painted there's a video, a short on it, previously spray painted upper. This is a BCM Demo Upper to thermofit. And I didn't really video installing this. It's super simple. Actually, you just insert this end here, and then you can kind of hold this little nub here. I don't know if you can see it. A little piece of metal. You got to kind of pin down against this part, and then you take a little screwdriver in this slot and you slide that down and you push it in. This one's a little bit harder to install than the Magpul one. I actually kind of slightly prefer the Magpul one. The thing with these doors are, though, sometimes there's a little bit of a tight fit in these little pinholes, and they might not open properly, but it seems to work fine on this one. If not, I have a whole bag full of mil spec ones. So just a quick note on the dust cover there. Right now I'm going to install the forward assist, and using my handy company.com little thing I have here, I can quickly see for forward assist, it's the 3/30 seconds punch. So I got my 3/30 seconds punch right here. Got my hammer, and I'm actually not going to use a roll pin punch starter. What I like to do is just start the pin in here first. Just make sure by looking down this hole that you don't go too far, because if you do, you're not going to be able to seat your forward assist. So let's see if I can try to capture this on film. So I just kind of, you could also put this in the wheeler tool I have listed in my upper build tools video. But with some practice, you can get away with not using it. I use the plastic side of this so that you don't mess up into your finish or your spray paint. So the more you get this started, the easier it is to install everything at the end of the day. And then you can start using your punch once it's started and you're trying to actually install it. So the other thing to mention, I think this was a $10 Strike Industries forward assist. I usually like to wipe it down and then put a little bit of oil on everything just to make sure it's not going to get rusted or anything like that. So the trick is to hold that down. And this little angled part kind of, oh, I just lost my spring. This little angled part faces towards the bolt carrier. And then the way you remember it, usually this little dot goes on top, and angled part going in. Just barely missed it. No, I might have to back it back out a little bit. Yep. Oh, you know what? Actually don't need to use the punch right now. Lesson learned. Just need that to finish it off, really, to get it flush. Okay. And just hold this down with your thumb and hit the pin. There you go. So my hand was kind of blocking it. Well, I just held this down and hammered like this. Then you can continue to hammer if you want. Then once it's secure, you don't have to hold it down with your thumb anymore. See, it's in there. But I just want to finish driving the roll pin in, so I'm gonna use my 3/32 roll pin punch. It has this little nub on the tip so that it doesn't slip out. I don't know if you can even see that. There's some that have sort of a flat tip, and they're useful for knocking pins out, but not very useful for getting them started or driving them in, because it just slips off it very easily. Do that till it's flush. Okay. Got room on the bottom. We're done. Forward assist is in. Function check. Seems to work all right. Gas door or dust cover. Okay. Now we're ready to thermofit.